You said that you would want to go into the mall, and I'm guessing this is your hometown, to be recognized. Who are you looking up to be like and try to imitate? Because I'm watching Logan get into this, and all I'm seeing is him taking pieces from people that are great. Yep. Who is the great ones that you were trying to
well, so look, locally it started with like Wahoo McDaniels and Tully Blanchard. You know what I mean? They were, again, in Southwest Championship Wrestling. They were our big guys there. But then, you know, of course, dating myself, but then cable television comes out. And now I'm able to get, you know, WTBS out of Atlanta. And now I see, you know, Ric Flair for the first time. I'm like, oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, my goodness, he's cool. And Tommy Rich, you know what I mean? Tommy Rich driving the Firebird, you know, down the road, like, oh, my goodness, and the blonde hair. And Flair on the jet, you know, with the Rolexes and everything else. And you go like, oh, my God, that looks like the greatest gig in the world. He made the job look so fun. You know, and then we started getting, you know, WOR TV out of New York. And then you see Bob Backlund and Pedro Morales, and you go like, well, that's a whole different kind of genre up there. Yeah. And so, again, and that's exactly what you do. You sit there, and now you're exposed to so much more, and you go like, well, a piece of that, a piece of this, a piece of that. And you know, then that's how you begin to mold who you are.
Sure.
If I were to answer the question, look, I think I probably stole from a guy like Ric Flair, you know, more than anything. But I would also throw in, again, the Rock and Roll Express, Ricky Morton, out of those two. You know what I mean? The way he got beat up. Ricky Steamboat, you know, he's, you know, what we call selling. He did that really well. You know what I mean? And so, and then, you know, because I was raised in Texas, there's a luchador style, obviously, you know, that I just felt that I thought was flashy and cool. And that's, again, you begin to piece together different, you know, pieces of people that you like and try to make that your style.
That's who you pulled, you know, together to mold yourself. I get the luxury or opportunity to sit and create content with my best friends and with other people even outside the show that I just love to work with. But there's a couple of those people that stand out to me as people that make my job easier and are collaborators that make me excel at what I do. Is there anyone from that brotherhood of the late 80s, early 90s that stood out to you as the guy that you wanted to collaborate with the most, the person you felt most comfortable creating with?
Yeah. Well, again, I mean, we had we were known as the Clique. Yep. You know what I mean? And that was, you know, it was Nash, Hall, and Waltman. You know what I mean? That and we were with each other all the time. We talked business all the time. We loved it. We spent more time with one another than we did, you know, again, for those of them that had families, you know what I mean? And it was, you ate, slept, and drank, you know, this business. And of course, they're your buddies, and you're talking about doing stuff together. Look, Scott and I, Razor, we worked with each other, you know, for 2 years straight, probably. You know what I mean? And like the ladder match you spoke of earlier, we had done those on a loop. We didn't even, you know, not that you got a lot of preparation back then. There's not as much preparation then as there is now, but we're going into this ladder match at WrestleMania 10, first time they've ever had a ladder match on a pay-per-view. We don't have any time to sort of discuss how this is going to go. But he and I had worked with each other so many times. We had done ladder matches together that we can just go out there. We knew each other backwards and forwards. You know what I mean? I knew where he was going to be every second. You know what I mean? And it's like what we were talking about earlier. You know, you start to go, he starts to move a certain way. I know where he's going. And you get into that dance and that flow, and that comfortability, you know, that, again, that you have with your buddies. You know, you begin to know one another.
Hey there, if you like the clip, make sure to subscribe or check out this recommended clip to my right.